online. Peace and blessings to you all. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. We got a lot of eventful festivities that we're going to be partaking in during the Feast of Dedication week through the Spirit, right? I wanted to title today's lesson, The Importance of the Feast Days, right? It makes a lot of sense, being that we have an 8-day feast, just to kind of go into the importance behind it, the spiritual aspects of why it's important that we uphold and keep these customs and these feast days as the Heavenly Father designated throughout the year for the children of Israel. Okay. One thing I want to highlight and point out, particularly about the feast, is during these troublous times that we're in right now, when prophecies are unveiling and unraveling at an alarming rate, I think it's increasingly important that we magnify the benefits of the feast days in celebrating the Lord's feast, especially during this time of the year, the folly season, where we got all this stuff that's going on. I don't know if you guys look at it like this. I do. We are literally at war with the world, especially during this time of the year. Because what's going on during this time of the year? What particular? Christmas, right? The grandioso highest day throughout the year for people in the world. So what are we doing to battle and combat against that? That's my question. Because Christmas, whether you want to say it or not, is a big deal in America. It's so big to the point that it transcended America, and now you got other cultures and other places actually upholding these customs. That's how much influence and how much power America has in terms of this day, Christmas, right? So it's important for us, especially during dedication, being that we are the real light of the world, to make sure that we combat that. I think it's important for me to reinforce the Lord's feast days, which are documented in the scriptures. One thing we can do is support what we saying with the scriptures, right? We can substantiate everything we saying with the scriptures. So it's important for us because, like I said, I believe we're in a spiritual war with the world in particular, but I want to use Christmas as an highlight and how we in the spiritual war and how we're going to overcome this spiritual war that we having, right? Let's go ahead and get Ephesians. We heard this before from the top. Ephesians. Shire, if you're in the chat, go ahead. Hit that link. The link is in the chat. Shalom to the family online. Ephesians 6. We're not gonna be long today, family, because I know we got the festivities we want to partake in. Happy Feast of Dedication, day 3.
12.
Yeah, you know what I want.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Who got the mic? Imad? Give it to Kaniak. What does that mean?
The real battle is not like a fleshly battle.
This is not a what? Fleshly battle. Okay,
It's
what does that mean?
Spiritual battle. Spiritual battle.
Well, so what is a fleshly battle?
Lust and the fleshly battle is like just stuff that is visible, but the real battle is spiritual.
Okay, a fleshly battle is real war.
Yeah.
Like this war we having right now is not a real war where you in the field. We meet out in the field. I got my army fatigue on, and we clashing swords. This is not one of those type of battles, man, that we dealing with right here in particular, right? This is way higher than that, right? The scriptures is very clear. Read that part slowly, King, because we hear this a lot, but I really want to dive into this. Read that.
Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
So this is not a physical fight that we're having. Nobody's telling you to go out there to slap Edomites, right? But what?
But against principalities.
What is a principality? Let me see. Let me just call on one of the sisters. I'm going to mess with y'all today. Barb, since you're in the front. Give it a Barb. What is principality? She said, why are you doing that? I just came in. Dang, I just walked in. What does that mean? Principalities. No wrong answer. Just guess. What it comes to you. She said, not right now. She said, yeah, you caught me off guard, babe. Give it to my wife. What does this mean?
I think like law or order.
Law and order. All right. Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. Pass it to Raya. Raya was like, don't put me on the spot like that.
Like area that is ruled by princes or something.
I love that. That's exactly what it is. An area ruled by princes. Now, who's the prince of this world that we live in? We know it's Satan, but who in particular? Esau's running this world, right? So we're not wrestling with flesh and blood, but we're wrestling with supreme powers. I want to emphasize that word supreme power, because what does that word goes into? A principality. That means you have the power to dictate thought, the court of popular opinion, public perception, what people believe is right and wrong. You have this power. Now, how does Esau have this power? Because we were socially engineered and conditioned to follow what? His churches, to watch his media, right? To go to his schools, to read his history, right? After you doing that for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 generations, hey man, you can take off the cuffs, man. They done. That's supreme power, okay? Supreme power is it when I say I want to shut down the whole entire Los Angeles, I can press one button and shut it down. Hence COVID-19. Y'all see how that went? That's supreme power. You don't got power if you run your little block. You don't got power if you the nigga in your little block in your city. You got supreme power when you can change laws. I can pardon somebody's sentence. That's supreme power. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're going up against, right? So we're going up against supreme powers, right? Municipalities. Read on.
Against powers, against the rulers of darkness.
Now, why did he use darkness? Rulers of darkness. Why did he use the word darkness? Have you ever been in a room where it was completely pitch black dark? I'm talking about not even a little bit of light. Not even a little bit of visibility. It's hard to move around in that, right? So what the Lord is saying, it's not going to be apparent to the natural eye. How do you do that on a grand scale? Well, I hide under the moniker of Christ. Christmas, really, right? I hide under that word Christ. And then I make this day about fun, family, togetherness, peace, harmony, right? Laughter. I'm going to ignore and hide all the sadistic customs is really rooted in, all the idolatry that I'm still upholding, right? Because if this day was really about all these different things, then what the hell is the purpose of the Christmas tree? Which goes back to all type of paganry and idolatry. Why do we have to have all these different customs centered around this day if it's about family, fun, peace, laughter, whatever the hell they say in Christmas, right? Gifts, exchanging gifts. It's really not about that, right? But if a smart devil would disguise it and hide it and propagate a message that he or she wants you to know, and the natural eye is not going to be able to see what's going on. I'll give an example. Everybody can attest to this, you know, except the brothers like Ira and them that grew up all their life in the knowledge. But everybody that, you know, we the wicked Gentiles that repented. You know what I'm saying? The scattered Gentiles that repented, right? The scattered Gentiles, y'all can get my gist, right? When you was growing up in elementary school, you could have been the baddest kid in the world. Come Christmas time, all that's thrown out the window. This kid is getting celebrated all of a sudden. This kid is being a part of Christmas carols, the singing assemblies, right? They got potluck style dinners. He getting the gingerbread man, the candy canes, the Secret Santa gift exchange. This is a bad A kid. But all of a sudden during this day, all that is ignored. This kid is exalted. Right? So he's getting all of that at schools, right? He's singing the Christmas songs. And let's keep it a buck. Some of the songs sounds good. Like Stevie Wonder, who can sing his butt off. Right? You hear that song he's singing. Kenny Lattimore, Mariah Carey. It gets to playing in your head and you like, damn, all right. Like everything I see associated with this day looks really good. Doesn't really feel too bad. You know, we because this is the darkness aspects of it. A good devil not gonna let you know he a devil. He gonna lead with these things, entertainment, fun, rock you to sleep, bedazzle you. You know what I mean? That's what's going on with this day, right? So in addition to that, I'm just using that example with that kid, right? In addition to that kid, right? Once he leaves the school, he has all this brainwashing and conditioning from the school. Then he has all of the spirit around this day that's going on just in the atmosphere. I give an example. So when he leaves the school, what he has to be exposed to? Decorations everywhere. The Christmas lights. The Santa in the front yard. You know what I mean? He go up the street, right? Y'all go up the street right here. He see all of the damn street corners decked out. He see this gigantic idol, 20 foot tall. Y'all ever seen the blow up Santa? He goes into the mall. The songs are playing. The advertisements are there. They got all kind of Christmas discounts. He's constantly being reminded of these things, right? How do we combat this? How do you combat this? I'm going to let you know what inspired me to do this lesson. I've been thinking about it, but what inspired me to do this lesson, and I'm going to show you how to combat this, was particularly a brother in our camp. You can take off your mute. I'm going to let him speak his testimony because it's very, very important that we turn off your back, turn off the YouTube in the background. So when you talk, you don't gotta worry about the background picking up the feed. All praise. This brother in particular, the Shire, Ruwak, the brother is out there in Tennessee. He said, I don't want to spoil it, but nevertheless, he has a testimony that he wants to give, centered particularly around the feast days during this time, right? And it kind of compelled me after hearing this, brother. I'm like, I got to do a lesson on it. Maybe you can help somebody else. So go ahead, I'll go ahead and yield. Go ahead and speak your piece.
Shalom. Can you hear me out? Pretty clear coming through.
Can y'all hear him? A little low.
I need to speak up a little bit, project a little bit more.
We wanted to ping it to the TV. Let me see if I can ping it to the TV. I'm trying to see with the mic. I know online they can hear him good, but in here, let me see. All right, y'all just gonna have to bear with it because we're not connected to the mic. We're not connected to the speaker. Let me try this.
Because online they said I sound I'm crystal clear on there.
Yeah, he not connected to the speaker. So, all right, Salaki Akim, just speak your piece. Do the best you could. For sure, they can hear you online. But go ahead, do your best you could. Go ahead.
Okay, Khan. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and the water, for the brother giving me time, and thinking of me to be on the lesson. So what I came to the realization of, I'm coming up on 4 years in the truth, growing and maturing in the truth, right? I have 2 children. So what really gave me the revelation, I looked at my kids one day. I was dropping them off at my mom's house to watch them. I had to do some running around. Me and my wife had some running around to do. I dropped them off at my mom's house, and I see all of the Christmas decorations. Now I don't know why the Holy Spirit made me realize it at this time specifically, but it did. And I'm like, I ain't never decorated my house for not one feast day, ever. Like I'm keeping them. I'm keeping the ordinances. I'm walking these things out, the statutes, but I ain't never been extra festive. And I'm like, when I was a kid, I looked forward to every pagan holiday we got, from Easter to during St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, etc. I looked forward to these days. I was anticipating these days every year. And I'm like, now that I'm in the truth, I know these things are wicked. I'm looking at I'm going to do these things. I'm an adult. I understand I have to do these things. But what about my kids? They go to my mom's house, they see all of the decoration. Kids react to these things. They like, oh, I get over there, I get to see the Christmas tree, I get to see the lights. But when I go home, it ain't nothing over there. Like, we just doing something. We eat real good one day out of the year, but I can't really grasp anything tangible according to this day. I'm like, I'm not going hard enough for the Most High. Like, I need to have blow up out front. I need them to be able to look back on their childhood and see, oh, we had this, and I was taught that this was the right way to go. Yeah, my people had this going on too, Christmas, Thanksgiving. But when I came home for the feast days and we had good meals, it was decorated in the house, just like me as a kid. I look back on those things. I'm like, I need to give my kids something tangible to hold on to. Just like our Ron just went into, we not just fighting ourselves, we fighting for the minds of our children. That's what really like reeled it home to me. Like, we got to fight for the minds of our kids. We got to give them something to hang on to. Because honestly, I mean, what if we don't give them anything and they go over and they see how beautiful all this stuff is every time they go out to the store, to the mall, ride down the street, they seeing everything lit up, Christmas trees, Christmas lights, and then they come home and it's bland. What are they gonna think? They're gonna think, oh, this is cool, this is nice, this is what I should be doing. Everybody else is doing it. That's how really humans operate. We mostly sheep. So you gotta fight for the minds of your children. You gotta fight for your sake. Like, even myself, I felt myself, I'm like, I'm not even feeling festive. Like, I'm doing the feast days, really just going through the motions. So I'm cutting myself. The Holy Spirit cutting me. I'm like, I ain't did nothing festive. There's nothing festive going on in my house. Yeah, we keeping the day, but so what? I ain't got no lights up. I ain't got nothing in the front yard. People don't drive past my house and be like, oh, that's an Israelite or a Jewish guy. And that's how it should be. When we drive past people's houses with lights up, we like, oh, they keep Christmas. I want people to drive past my house and be like, oh, this guy keeps Hanukkah? Who's in that house? So through the Spirit, we got to fight against all of the principalities, all of the evil forces that want not only us, but our kids too. So we got to put in extra effort for the feast days and being festive, because that's what a feast goes into etymologically. Being festive. So to all my brothers and sisters, do what you can. I know, finances get tight when you come into the truth. It is what it is. But do the best you can, not only for yourself, but for your kids. And I yield
All
with that.
praises, man. All praises. So all praises. Y'all can clap it up for that. All praises, man. The water for that, King. The water. The water. Appreciate you, King. So to summarize what he said for the family that might have not heard in the back, basically to summarize what he was saying was he had a revelation the other day, just doing his normal routine, and he seen all of these different decorations for Christmas, and he's like, I'm not putting this same tenacity and effort in any of the feast days, not just this one dedication in particular. I really want y'all to go hard for dedication, being that it's an 8-day feast. But nevertheless, he says any of the feast days, he's not really putting too much effort into it. He's just kind of going through the motions because he's a man in this thing, and he don't need any additional motivation per se. But it dawned on him, he was like, what about my kids? And it hit me too, because I appreciate Ratazan and Raya because they always go hard for the feast days since I've been knowing them. All praise be to the Most High. I appreciate my elders because I came up in a congregation with my elders. We didn't skip no feast days. We observed every single one of them. So I'm blessed. I'm a little spoiled in the truth because I know people don't have that. They don't observe the top 3. I'm talking about we observe memorials, everything, right? But then it dawned on me when I see people like Raya, who puts her, and she hate when I do this, but nevertheless, I'm gonna do it because it's real. She puts her all into these decorations because her kids. Ain't about her. She's solid. She doing this for the Lord, but ultimately her kids is getting an experience. I'm gonna give you a testimony. The brother Sakar that's out there in Arizona, you know why his kids is so excited to come back here? Because the event that we put on for Passover last year was so memorable in their mind, they will never forget that day. They came in and they said, wow, this is what an Israelite being looks like. 5-year-old daughter, probably the first 4 years of her life. I don't know how long the brother been in the truth. Let's say 2 or 3 years, she was subjugated to the folly and wickedness. Then she came into the truth and she said, nothing gonna match this. That's why we gotta really, really put that forth and that effort to it for the Most High. Because what's the greatest commandment? Y'all sound silent. What's the greatest commandment?
Love the Most High with all your
How
heart.
do you do that? But how hard are you going though? When I tell y'all we in a spiritual war, we have to protect our children from this. And these are conversations I'm gonna have to have with my elder to the side, because he went through this and we see it works because we got a generation of brothers that went through this. I'm gonna have a conversation with Ira and Imad, because y'all went to public school in the beginning, right? So y'all were subjugated to this stuff. This is enticing to kids. They got cousins. They FaceTime and I can't watch everything. My daughter on FaceTime with her cousin. She see a Christmas tree. I already told her that she'll see it and be like, oh, that's evil, evil. All praises, yeah. But when does she come to an age and she get enticed? How do I combat that? When she come keep the Lord's feast, she see, oh man, this is ain't. Look, and I can substantiate everything I'm doing with the Bible. Not only am I having a great time, feast of dedication, we about to go out and have a good time. But in addition to that, I can lean on the scriptures. You can't. You lied and said Jesus Christ's birthday is on December 25th. I got the proof that he kept the feast of dedication. Make sense? Make sense? You see what I'm saying? This is important, man. This is very, very important. So I want to read that one more time. Y'all might think this thing is nuanced. It's really not. When you think about we competing for souls right now.
Hey, in the sidebar, they say the eyes is the gateway to the soul. So your kids watching all this and they taking it in and not knowing that like it's storing up something in them. Right. You get what I'm saying, Knock? And that way, what you just said was beautiful, because we want to store in them, thus saith the Lord, the feast days of the Lord, and keep that in their soul, and it'll reveal itself, through time.
Facts. We're gonna bring out that train up a child, because that's kind of what you're going into, right? But not only am I training up the child just to go through the motions. I'll admit, before I had kids, that's what I did. Even though I came from like I told you, I came from a situation where we kept I can't remember us never keeping a feast day with my elders at True Nation. We kept every single feast day. I'm talking about everything. Nevertheless, after a while, I'm like, man, just going through the motions for me, this light. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta keep both up for him. I go to day one. Right? Day two, I'm a chill. Not understanding, okay, now that I got kids, it changed. It was like the aha moment hit me. I said, oh man, I'm competing for my kid's soul. Because when my daughter goes out, this basic stuff, we go out to shop, we go out to the movies, or we go out to the park, she got to go outside and see every goddamn apartment decorated with Christmas stuff. I can't hide her from this. She sees it. Every single apartment, babe, in my life, every single person in our apartment building got some type of Christmas paraphernalia. How do we combat that? That means we got to step it up. We the children of the light. But how you showing it? Are you just going through the motions? Oh, damn, it's another feast day. Are you like excited? And you showing your excitement through your actions, because God does not care about lip service. You hear what I'm saying? Right? So it's very, very important. I really want us to get that in the forefront of our mind, that y'all not just going through the motions with this. Damn, it's another feast day. All praises. This is a time for me to put on for the Lord. Let me designate a little bit of money. It don't got to be nothing crazy. Let me put a little 50 to the side, 20, 30 to the side. Let me go get some decoration. Let me do my part. Let me get an extra bottle. We know we're going to have let me do my part. Showing up, not enough. That's the point I'm getting to. Showing up is not enough. Yahweh Shai told the parable with the talents, certain brothers that didn't utilize their talents all the way, he said, hey, bro, you're not getting the kingdom. I'm about to take your talents and give it to somebody else that appreciate it. Y'all in a position to that. The Lord can take you and blow out your candle and give it to somebody that's going to appreciate it, because you're just going through the motion. Oh, it's another feast day. I guess I'll show up. Not really understanding the real power and the Lord is pleased with this sacrifice of us being here together. He said there's three things that he's beautified in. the unity of brethren, the unity of neighbors, a man and a woman that agree together. The Lord is well pleased with the sacrifice. But what kind of effort are you putting for? Are you consciously aware of what you're doing, or are you just going through the motions? Because I'm gonna keep it a bean. I was just going through the motions until I had kids. Yeah. That's like, then my aha moment hit me, and I'm like, damn, this is why Rodson and Raya, and probably not even that for them, but I know it makes sense now because they do everything in their power. I know them, I can speak on them. They do everything in their power to kind of protect their kids from the world, but they still got to deal with cousins in the world, aunties in the world, grandmas in the world. You know what I mean? How do we combat that? We got to make sure when it's time for us to show out that we show out. Therefore, we leave an impressionable moment of time for our kids that they would always gravitate and hold on to. Train up a child the way that he may go, so when he's older, you ain't got to worry about him. Why do people still keep up these Christmas customs? Because they've been socially conditioned and privy to this stuff since the day they were born. Now, we got to apply that same thing to righteousness. Brainwash our kids with righteousness. Therefore, when they become Ira in them age and they can do their own thing, Icar don't got to worry about it. They solid, bro. I did everything I had to do. Ultimately, they grown now. They can make their own decisions. But ultimately, hey, look, I did everything I had to do. You get what I'm saying? We not putting our best foot forward, family. I'm going to keep it a being. I'm going to speak to myself. My wife always been one to celebrate dedication. And I was like, always gave her excuse. Like, we going to celebrate at the school. We're going to decorate at the school. No, she said, I want to decorate at the house. Moving forward, every single feast day she want to partake in, I'm gonna make sacrifices for it. What's the next one we got coming up? Well, it's Nicanor, but Purim is gonna be a little bit more bigger because we have like a fun, festive kind of theme behind Purim. In terms of the gift exchanges, we're going hard for that. Why? For my kids. I'm doing it for them. I'm solid, but I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for her. They got something to look forward to. Do you understand what our kids is gonna see when they can look forward to this stuff throughout the years? Y'all remember how y'all felt when it was Christmas Day? Nigga looking at downstairs. Damn, how long? Where mama at? Where she go? I'm trying to go see what's in the tree. But how do we recreate that moment in the truth? We get in the truth and now we all sedity. We get in the truth and forget the highest commandment, the greatest one. I'm too cool to do all this stuff. At least I'm observing it. The nerve of you. The nerve of you. The nerve of you. At least I'm coming. The nerve of you. You know the Lord can blow out your candle with a snap. He don't need any of us. Let's keep that. Let's put that out there. Let's start there. Most High don't need it. He don't need none of us. He said, hey, look, I can turn these stones into the children of Israel, man. Right? So let's read this one more time, and then we're going to break down some more precepts. But I did want to I know I was a little long-winded, but I definitely wanted to illustrate that point. This is very, very important, right? Read that one more time, verse 12.
Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Spiritual wickedness. I want to highlight that word because this is spiritual wickedness, man. When I can socially condition and program a generation to believe whatever message I want, that's power. And it's subtle. Like an example. Now we see the evolution of it, but my eldest can attest to this because Icar been doing these current events hella long ago. But look, I'll give you something like transgenderism. We see the evolution of it now, right? We see it's kind of normalized now. But you know how they sprinkled and prepared us for it? Mrs. Doubtfire. Medea. Let's hide under the pretense of entertaining. Comedy. Shanae.
Yeah.
Wanda.
Con.
I think Medea did the most damage. Let's just keep it a bean.
Yep.
All the Israelites watched that, unfortunately, because he was quote unquote funny. But look what that did to the next generation. Look at them now. Talk about a game to this new generation now. Talk about a transgender to this new generation now. You better be ready to go all the way. And some of these punks got power, and they can take everything from you. You can't even. You got gangsters on the radio. I don't got no problems with homosexuality. I thought you was a gangster. Gangsters say what they want to say and deal with all the consequences. But when it comes to the homosexuality, I want to be tight-lipped now. Spiritual wickedness, man. Esau has the supreme power to do that. How do we combat against that? Of course, the scriptures, but how do we do that in actuality? Let's get Proverbs 11:30. Okay. We'll come back to this Ephesians. I'm not gonna hold y'all long. We're gonna just talk about the importance of these feast days, man. Proverbs 11:30. Read that real quick.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, and verse 30. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life. And he that winneth souls is wise.
I love saying this. We are in the soul saving business. If I gotta win souls with finesse, then I gotta do what I gotta do. If I gotta win my kids' souls with finesse, hey, look, I grew up in the projects. I know how to finesse. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. If I gotta win my people that's out there with finesse, hey, look, I'll leave with whatever I gotta do as long as it's not wicked. Y'all get my drift? We gotta put this energy more into the Lord, man. I'm seeing too many people just showing up, but not showing out. I don't know if y'all know, Rayal, my wife, and Angel, they labored to 3 o'clock to do all this. Did they do this for Iram? Did they do this for Ratazan? Did they do this for Tahar? No, they did this because it's pleasing to the Lord. But in addition, right, look how God worked. In addition to that, right, the first day of the feast, y'all see how beautiful it was, right? Whoever first time keeping the feast, they never, ever in their life going to forget that moment. You don't know how much benefits behind the scene that don't show up on the stat sheet that you did by just giving your all to the Heavenly Father. Make sense? We are in I don't know if y'all look at it like that. We are in a soul-saving business. And we already in the deficits because they look at us like some loud, appropriate, crazy niggas on the corner. That just say wild stuff and hate the white man. Right? So we already in a deficit somewhat. So we got a lot of work to do. So whenever we have an opportunity to win over our people, let's do it, man. Hey, look, man, if I run into some homies and if I gotta leave with, hey, look, man, the feast days, man, we be sipping, bro. We don't get drunk, but we sip, bro. I got everything you need. What you want? Some Caso? What you want? Casamigos? Hey, look, I'm about to get the big bottle. Send them a Snapchat or a picture like, look, check it out. You pulling up? Once I know he get here, I'm good. Tahar gonna greet him. Gadar gonna greet him. My elders gonna be with him. The brothers gonna be with him. Kalab, he gonna see like, oh, these niggas not weird. I just gotta get him there. But what effort am I putting forth? You see what I'm saying? We gotta put better effort for the Heavenly Father, man. Ultimately for his children, because these are the children of the Lord. You see that? So look, let's really, really, really focus on that, right? Drop that. Let's get that one in the pocket for it, man. The importance of the feast. The one in 1 Maccabees. It's not a light thing. You know what I want? It's not a light thing to keep the command. Well, let's get the one in Sirach and then find that other one. It's not a light thing to keep the commandments of the Lord. Sirach 43:30. All right, let's get the one the elder talking about. 43:30. Let's get that.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 30. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can.
Oh, this is powerful. The water, through the spirit, I was looking for this. Wife, was I looking for this earlier? It's the one through the spirit. I love my elder, man. That's the spirit, man. I was trying to find this precept because I don't got this highlighted like that. Read that again, huh? Everybody, look, everybody screenshot this precept right here, right? Because I got it in my other Bible, but this one I don't got it in, right? This is the one every single Israelite needs to know. Read it again.
Sirach 43 and 30. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can.
Read on.
For even yet will he far exceed.
It's not enough you can give to the Lord. What can you give to the Creator? What can you give to the Creator? Imagine that. What can you give to the Creator?
Man, praise.
That's it, right? Obedience, man. Praise. That's all you can do. That's all you can do, right? And he know your heart. He know if you plan. He know if you genuine. He know if you can't. You think you're going to outsmart God? Israel, don't lie to yourself. You think you're going to outsmart the Creator? Are you serious? He said, whatever you do, give it your all, right? Read on.
And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for ye
don't give out.
I
always talk about brother be at the finish line giving out. The finish line right there, brother, falling out. I got a Charlie horse. I can't finish the race now. That's our people, though. Am I lying? You ever seen a brother on fire for the Lord and you can't find him now? Or sister? If you've been in the truth long enough, you've seen it over and over again. Unfortunately, it's a sad thing. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying it. I'm letting you know that it happens. Some way down the line, they lost this, right? Which is the greatest commandment of them all, right? He says, give all your strength. I guarantee you, if it was $1 million on the line, you're going to give all your strength.
Yeah.
Let the bag be right. Right? Let the bag be right, right? I love my family, but this is a lot of people not here today, right? If it was a wager of $1 million, this damn room would be packed out.
Yep.
Nobody missing it. Right? Nobody missing. Brothers ain't even in the camp in there. Brother ain't even in the camp, hey man. You know, I heard about that bag. What's up? Right? But y'all get my point, right? Now, we got a spiritual bag. Y'all hit the spiritual lottery. I always like to say that. Y'all already hit the spiritual bag, but how strong is your faith? You literally got something that I like to say 2% of the world may get. 2% of the world may understand. 98% of the world is not going to understand these scriptures and be able to keep these commandments and faith. Y'all got it. And this is how you show your gratitude to the Lord, giving half-ass work. We got to do better. I'm rebuking myself. I got to do better. I got to be at the end of that line and be like, Father, I gave you everything I had. I didn't waver not one time. Even when I did want to do it, I did it. Isn't that what Yahushua did unto death? He didn't want to die. He said, Father, if I can pass this cup, man, let me pass it. Understood, man. How long was he praying? For hours. The Father was like, nah, man, it's pleasing to the Lord. You got to finish. You see that? Yahushua had the same infirmities we got. You see that? But exalt the Lord. That's a beautiful one, Elder. This is exactly through the Spirit. This is what I want, right? Read that all the way through. I don't want to mess you up. Read it all the way through.
Sirach 43 and 30. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can. For even yet will he far exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough.
You can't go far enough for the Lord, man. You can't go far enough for the Heavenly Father. Now, the beautiful thing about the Heavenly Father is he's righteous, and he has a reward in the end for your sacrifices and work. But I love my brother Khalif in the back, because he always say, even if it wasn't a reward, I'm still going to do it. That's a great attitude to have. He always tell me that. A lot of brothers want to do this thing because they understand it's a reward. He said, I did so much wickedness in the past, even if it wasn't a reward, I'm still gonna do it. That's beautiful. That's a great mentality to have. Because even Peter was like, hold on, Lord. To Yahweh, he's like, damn, I gave up everything for you. Like, what are we doing this for? Yahweh had to remind him. You see what I'm saying? We people, we normal. He like, man, look, man, I gave everything for you, man. Like, what we doing all this for, man? If you telling me a rich man can't get in the kingdom, Yahweh reminded him what the kingdom entails. Superior power, superiority. Nobody you have to check in with but Yahweh Shai. I don't even know that type of power. I don't even know that type of power, but I can imagine it. I give an example. We familiar with the Rothschilds, but do you see these niggas? Have you ever seen a Rothschild?
No.
You know about them, but you ain't never seen them. What's the other names, elders? Some of these damn Zionists, Rockefellers, Bilderberg. Have you ever seen any of them? That's how it's gonna be in the kingdom for us. They gonna just know who we are. Can't get close to us. They're just gonna know about them. Oh damn, that city over there is the city of Rotterdam. Damn, I want to meet him one day. Hopefully, his name is prevalent. It's gonna be a mystery to them. You know what I'm saying? The 144. They're gonna be. You think you're gonna be able to just walk up to the 144,000? That's supreme power. You got to go through 200 people to get to me. That's supreme power. Right? I can press a button and stop everything. That's supreme power. So give it your all. The water. That's the precept I wanted through the spirit. I was looking for it. All praises. Give me that one in Sirach 33, verse 8 and 9.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 33, and verse 8. By the knowledge of the Lord, they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts. Some of them have he made high days and hallowed them, and some of them have he made ordinary days.
So God has designated certain days throughout the year to be high days. The Feast of Dedication is supposed to be kept like the Feast of Tabernacles, which is a high ecclesiastical day throughout the year that the Most High God designated all males must keep. So that means this is a high holy day. But look, we got competition during this time because we got the world's highest day throughout the year we competing with. So how do we match this damn 100 feet Santa in the front yard? True story, right? I'm racing. Ronta give me a call the other day. Hey, bro, I need some tables, bro, for the decorations. We don't got enough tables, bro. I'm like, damn, man, the sun about to go down. Let me rush. So I'm trying to beat traffic. I go behind the residential area. I'm like low key looking at the effort that people are putting in for Christmas. I'm like, God damn, man, we gotta do better, Israel. Yeah. This nigga had a Santa that was in the sky. Excuse my, Salakia, but y'all get my point. This Negro had a Santa that was all the way to the sky. How do we combat that? Can I find a menorah that can do that? Guarantee you're going to spark some conversations. Blow up a menorah, 7 candlesticks in the front yard like that. What is that? Is that the 7? Is that the menorah? Is that the 7 candlesticks in the Bible? Why do you have that? Sure, let me talk about it. Not just for that, but y'all get my point. Put the effort. You're not putting effort in. We're not doing enough for Israel. We're not doing enough for the Most High. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Right? We can do so much more. We can have so much more hands on that when it comes to the Lord's feast days in particular. Right? So because the Lord said, what? Read it again.
Verse 9, some of them have he made high days and hallowed them, and some of them have he made ordinary days.
God has hallowed and set apart these particular days for us to give and showcase our excitement and be entertained. That's why we're going out after this through the Spirit. Right? So really, really put that in the forefront of your mind, right? Give me the other one, and then we're gonna go back to Ephesians.
You want Maccabees?
The one in Maccabees. You got what I want?
Con.
Yeah, find that.
It's the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 4 and verse 17. For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of God, but the time.
Hold on, read that slow. I want my people to hear me.
Con.
I want my people to hear me. It is not a what?
Con. For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of God.
All right, do we have a choice to keep these days or not? It's a law, right? So God said what? Read it again from the top.
Con. For it is not a light thing.
This is not a little thing. God already let you know. It's not a little thing that we doing. To do wickedly, I was talking to a Christian brother the other day. His reasoning and rationale is he's fried. I'm not gonna lie, he's fried, he's finished. But nevertheless, his reasoning and rationale was basically, I have the choice if I want to uphold the feast days or not. Okay, well, feast days is a commandment. Let's use that same logic with the morality aspect of the law. The moral aspect of the law. Do I have the choice? Right? I mean, if I'm gonna go off of what you're saying, then I can say, well, if I want to be a damn fornicator, if I want to be an adulterer, I can be it or not.
No.
I still gonna get the kingdom.
No.
Because my heart is pure.
No.
Y'all get what I'm saying? When we let's just follow their logic, they stupid logic. You know, Christians are idiots. They're dumb. I'm not gonna lie, they're simpletons. They're stupid, like for real. When you just kind of rationalize what they understanding. So his understanding was, I have the choice if I want to observe it or not. Okay, fine, let's go with that. What about the moral aspects of the law? Let's use that same reasoning, right? What if I decide to be a wicked nigga, man, but I still believe in Jesus Christ? Because if I have the choice to not to do it, don't I have the choice not to do it as well? I said that wrong. If I have the choice not to do it, I have the choice to do it as well, right? That's what I meant. So I have the choice to be a wicked dude and do things that's against the law. When you go with that line of reasoning, it just don't make sense with their doctrine. You know what I mean? Because they under the illusion that, oh, okay, I guess you can do it. When you see clearly in the scriptures, everybody from Christ to his disciples afterwards were upholding these customs. Years after he was dead and rose, but nevertheless, if we get to 2,000 years later, we have the choice to do it. When the Maccabees died, through the spirit, the brother Ratazan just did a beautiful lesson. The Maccabees died for these things only for us to say, I got a choice if I want to do it or not. Right? Stupidity, man. After a while, you just got to just disregard folly. But nevertheless, read that, right? Read that one more time.
2 Maccabees 4 and 17. For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of God, but the time following shall declare these things.
And we in those times. If you can't see what's going on right now, man, you just blind, man. Prophecies is coming to pass every single day. All the things that the scriptures are saying are happening at a rapid rate. So these are the times that we live in, and it's important to take heed to the scriptures, right? Drop that. It was another one I wanted to get through the spirit about these feast days, man, because it's important. Let's talk about training up our kids, right? Conditioning our kids. Give me that Proverbs 26.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
So you got to make an experience for your kids. I think I was talking to the Shah the other day, and he said his wife wanted to decorate. Hell yeah, let her do it. That's an experience. Her and her daughter and everybody in the household, her daughters, they're going to remember that. That's an experience of excitement that we building up, anticipation. Because that's how we felt in the world about Christmas. Yep. I couldn't wait. Y'all know. Hey, am I lying? We couldn't wait. We couldn't wait. Damn, what I got? Game day? Showing my age. Sega Genesis? Showing my age. Young boys don't know what I'm talking about. Man. If you know, you know. Y'all got game day under there? What they got? The Sega Genesis? Dreamcast? That's my era. Showing my age. You know what I mean? But that was the thing during my time. I'm like, man, what's that? I know my mama got me that game day. I know she got me that Super Nintendo.
Man.
No, Super Nintendo. Way before the Nintendo Q, that's all new. Super Nintendo. You know what I mean? The old I'm old enough to remember the old Nintendo. Showing my age, but slocky. Y'all get the point. But the point I'm making is there was anticipation behind that. I remember counting down the days. Me and my homies, my little homies that I was riding with in the projects, we count down the days. Hey man, you seen the gifts yet? Did she get the tree yet? She trying to hide the gifts into the end. Did you look in the closet? They usually hide them in the closet. How do we combat that? How do we combat that? Let's go. Let's get the spirit. Let's get the scriptures, and we'll end it real fast, man. I just wanted to kind of give us the spiritual food. We ain't gonna hold y'all long because we're gonna go celebrate. Give me Ephesians 6, man. Let's start from the beginning of that. The Lord gave us instructions on how to combat that.
61.
Yep. Start from the top.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right.
So y'all children that got the truth, y'all are in a very advantageous position, being that your mother and father are giving you something that, like I said, 2% of the world understands and get. So whether you see the value in it or not, you are in a very, very beautiful position. Whether you understand it or not. You might think, damn, my parents are strict. No, your parents love you. Because the parents in the world don't love their kids, if y'all got ears or understanding. Anytime you're teaching your kids to sin against God, you don't love your kids. Facts. Yeah, I said it. If you teach your kids to break God's laws, you don't love your kids. So y'all in a very, very, very advantageous position, being that your parents are teaching you the laws of God. They're teaching you how to get everlasting life. Right? So children, obey your parents, right? Read on.
Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise.
This is the first commandment that we see in scripture that came with a promise attached to it. If you do these things, you will have some type of repercussion behind it. This is the first one that we see in scripture when it's talked about, if you do these things, you're going to have long life. Right? So, very, very important. This is why we see now when you become an adult in the world, they still upholding these Christian customs. Yep. Where they learn this from? Fair. Do y'all see how increasingly important this is for us? Especially when we dealing with all this wickedness that our kids are subject. We can't hide it from them. It's not like we got our own land that we can kind of ostracize ourselves in the world. We got to deal. We among the Gentiles. We got to deal with it. Right? So let's play offense. Stop playing defense. Let's attack this damn dragon head on. Punch him in the mouth. You take off first. Y'all got ears or understanding. Yep. Right? The scriptures is giving us instructions on how to do it, right? Just follow the Bible and believe it, right? Read on.
Verse 3, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth.
Read on.
And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord.
Let's drop down to the point for the sake of time. Verse 7.
Verse 7.
6.
Verse 6. Not with eye service as man pleasers, but as the servants of Hamashiach, doing the will of the Most High from the heart.
From the what?
From the heart.
From the what?
From the heart.
Ultimately, that's why y'all should do this, man. Your heart is going to show you where you at. If you're really about God, I'm going to see it in your actions. Your heart will show you who you is. Sister, if you've got a brother always talking about multiple wives and always his heart is showing you where he at with it. If he always on that type of time, he already showing you what he battling. Brothers, if y'all got a sister or y'all got a brother out here that's talking about worldly things all the time, you already know what time it is with this brother. This brother ain't talking about one scripture with you when y'all hanging out? Or whatever y'all talking about, he can't tie it back to the scriptures? You know what time it is. You know what his mind focus on. Right? Your heart is going to show you who you is, right? Read on.
Come with good will doing service as to the Lord and not to men.
Unto what?
Unto the Lord and not to men.
Read on.
Knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Lord, whether he be bond or free.
Read.
And ye masters do the same things unto them, forbearing threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven, neither is there respect of persons with him.
When it comes to judgment, read on.
Verse 10, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High.
This is what's the armor of the God? The scriptures. Right? I know we said the law, right? But it's also the testimonials too. To the law and to the what? To the testimonies. There's a lot of things you can find in the testimonials that expound on the law. To the law and to the testimonies, man. Right? This is the armor of God. This is the only protection you need. This is the most dangerous weapon in the entire world. I am not lying to you. Esau is afraid of us learning this. You think Esau worried about us when it comes to a physical battle? It's like, I will blow you niggas to smithereens. I'm worrying about this because when we get right with this, our Heavenly Father gonna come fight our battles. y'all got God literally on y'all side. Y'all don't even want to hear me. Y'all got God on y'all side, literally. You see what I'm saying? That's your protection. And then every time we turn against God, what happens? He had to turn his back on us. Man. And now what happens? Jacob trouble. Yep. We subjugated to all manner of folly, wickedness, everything. Because we lost our protection, our covering, our shield. You see that? This is the armor of God. This is our protection. We got to stay ingratiated in it, right? What verse did you leave off on?
11.
Pick up.
Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
And this is the only way we're going to overcome Satan. The devil is the deceiver. Amen. He is playing chess. Satan is playing chess. Give an example. It could be small, minor, right? Mm-hmm. What was it? Like 3 years ago, my dad, he real big on whenever all my family in the South come down here, let's on the West Coast, let's everybody show up and have this family reunion. That's the word I want. I said, if you want me to be there, make sure it happens on Sunday. I am never gonna not do the Lord's work for no goddamn family event. I don't care about that. So if you want me there, make sure you make it happen on Sunday. Make a long story short, they couldn't make it happen. Saturday was for everybody, the day they try to choose. When I told them, I said, listen, well, I'm not coming. Damn, you can't take one day off for the, for the family and all that. No, I'm not. Right? Why? Because that's the highest day throughout the week. What the hell I look like taking the highest day out the week to do something with y'all? All I'm gonna have to do is correct y'all. Buying on the Sabbath day. You eating unclean foods. You know what I mean? You doing this and that. I came here for nothing. I can't just hold my tongue. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to even have a good time. So the Lord said, look, you put on the armor of God. This is how you stand against the vows of the devil. How do we do that for our children? We make sure that we put forth effort in these feast days. That way they have something to look forward to. Purim, hey man, we put on a great Purim last year. Let me see if I got the pictures. Let me see if I got the pictures to show y'all how happy our people was through the Spirit. Let me bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Let me see. Switch user, Slovakia. I think Believers of the Way page. Let me see. I think it's on our community tab. Look at this. Look at this beautiful picture, man, with our brothers and sisters, man. Look, they got something to look. King Hezzy got something to look forward to, man. Look at this. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Look. Marriage, honorable. Salaki, I'm messing up. Look at this. We got stuff to look back to. Lobbing because I ain't gonna be able to look back, and their kids, they're gonna be able to see this. It's a beautiful thing, man. We document these beautiful things, right? Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Shut down that park. People looking at us like, what the hell are they doing over there? Right? We all dressed in fringes, having a great time for the Lord, right? Oh yeah, this is the one. This is I believe Purim. This is Purim right here. I want to see what's the one the one for the women. Oh, we didn't post the one for the women, but this is Purim, man. This is an experience right here. Oh, it is. It's on the next page, right? The one with the women. Oh, here we go. Look at this. It's not sharing. I ain't sharing my screen, man. My bad. They like, damn, y'all not. I can't see nothing. My bad, y'all. My bad. I'm over here just talking. Salakia, my bad. Oh, man, I'm messing up. Let's see. Go back. Right here. Look at this, man. Look at this. Major got something to look back to. Major got something to look back to. Look how little Major is. He gonna look back and see these things, man. Rob, baby, yeah. What we call Sun got something to look back to. Look at this. Look at our kids, man. Our beautiful kids. They got something to look. We gotta push our best foot forward when it comes to the Lord, man. How long you been in this truth, Bart? 2 years, right? So majority of your years has been in the world, right? We gotta find a way to, and her kids is coming because they love their mom, but like we gotta give them something to look forward to. Of course, the scriptures is first and foremost, but we gotta make sure that we putting forth our best foot forward, so when they do come, they got excitement and anticipation behind it. Because the world is fun, but it's not a sin for you to have fun in the truth. Let that sink in. It's not a sin to have fun in the truth around righteousness, man. Right? So it's very, very important, man, to see these pictures, right? Salakia, from being long-winded. Verse 12, pick up.
Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
That's the point I want, the spiritual wickedness. The spiritual aspects is invisible. You don't see the things that Satan's doing behind the scenes, but you can see the ramifications in the aftermath of it. When he's conditioning our kids, you don't really see these things, man, until it's too late. So how do we combat that? We got to brainwash our kids with the Bible, the truth of the Bible, because we got the truth. We got the scriptures. We got the laws, the statutes, the commandments, the faith, the king, the Messiah. We got the records, the history to substantiate everything we talking about. Brainwash our kids with this Bible the right way, not Christianity way. I can count on my hands how many times growing up in a Christian church we cracked open the Bible. It wasn't much. Every day y'all come in here, we reading the Bible for hours, right? Our kids are gonna see that. We got Major, right? We got Shayan already saying the Hebrew prayer. He know it by heart. That's not a light thing to me. That's big. That's big. That's conditioning that we need to teach our kids. Because look, we are in a war, family. Say we want our kids. Does everybody that grew up in this thing always stay? Unfortunately, we don't got no bearing on that. But let's do the best we can. Some of our brothers and sisters grew up in this thing and then they decide to choose the world. They're like, damn, what's over there? They get enticed. What's that over there? That looks Very attractive. And Satan gonna give it to him too. Esau is good at what he does. He didn't study your mind for no reason. He know what to get our people into. This is why he's heavily invested in the music, entertainment, social media. Sexy Red, oh my God, she's about to destroy so many little girls. Do y'all not understand? They put the ratchetest, dustiest chick you can ever put on TV. Do you know what that's gonna do to little project girls in the community? Or just anybody. They could be in the middle class. I seen a video the other day about Sexy Red, right? Ballet class. True story. I don't want to hear ballet music. Put on, what's her song? The Booty Hole Brown?
Yeah.
Put on the Booty Hole Brown song. 5-year-old kids. The ballet instructor is crying her tears out on social media. She said, I can't tell y'all how to parent y'all kids, but God damn, 5-year-old kid, why do they know anything about Sexy Red? Do you know that this ratchet heifer is going to pollute the minds of thousands of kids? Because they see her, they see them. Cardi B was the previous generation. Sexy Red is the evolution. It get worse. Mm-hmm. Right? Remember we had Lil Kim, Nicki, right? Cardi B, and now we got Sexy Red. This is the worst I ever seen in my life.
She glorifying STDs, huh?
She got a song, Free My Nigga from Jail.
Yeah.
It's sad, huh? It's like you just become the second of the hand. It's like, it's sad. All I can do is just like, oh my God, bro. This is the worst. I've never seen it this bad. I grew up to this, but I've never seen it like marketed at this point. Like the way Esau is like putting it out in our face at this point, man, we ain't got nothing but the scriptures to lean on. When you go into your schools and the songs that they play, go ahead, give it to kind of y'all. I'm gonna show y'all that. Show y'all I'm not playing.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, you probably about to pull up that video. They was in kindergarten, and it was some kids as well. They was taking a break from class because I guess they was doing a good job. So the teacher was asking them like, "What's their favorite song?" And you got little 4-year-old, 5-year-old kids can't even enunciate words properly, talking about some Pound Town.
That's the song,
little
yeah.
Kid, yeah. Look, got little kids singing that song, and they mumbling too, but they know the cadence of it. They know the everything for the song already. So I mean, this lesson is important, man. We gotta brainwash our kids with righteousness now.
Hey man, if y'all thought I was playing, let me see. Watch this. Yeah, hey man, we gotta protect our kids, man. Y'all thought I was playing. Y'all thought I was lying and putting the extras on it. Watch this. Fair use. She's throwing up bees. She just threw up bloods, but she's at a kid event. Look at the kids. Y'all think I'm playing? Look at this. Ratchet as hell. This is only one school. This is what we competing against, family, for our kids' mind. This is what we competing against, family. Y'all got to protect our kids as much. I know y'all solid, but what about our kids? Psalm 78 and 5, man. Bring that out through the Spirit. We got to protect our kids, man. Down to 8. God, how important this is for our children, man. Because y'all might be solid, but what about them? And if your kids in regular school, how you going to stop them from seeing this? They don't live by the same rules we live by. How you going to stop? Like, your kids go to regular school, how you going to stop them from seeing OnlyFans? Pornography. There's nothing you can do. Right? There's nothing you can do. All you can do is keep them in these scriptures, understand the law, the consequences of going off into fornication and sexual immorality, and pray to God that they keep it with them. But the alternative is we can ostracize our kids from the world, which I suggest, and keep them among us. Build our own schools, build our own communities. That way we ain't got to deal with them, man. When we deal with the world, it's sparingly, it's in passing. I'm scared, like ish, for my kids for this type of stuff, man. Because it's like that little bit of enticement can go a long way. What did it say? A little leaven, what? Destroy the whole lump. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have more and more conversations with Iacquar and what he did with y'all. You know what I mean? Because y'all stayed in it. All praise be to the Most High. We gotta figure this out, man. But read that out. Elder brought out a beautiful precept. Bring that out.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78 and verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel.
I don't know if y'all call it that. He established the testimonials. The testimonials are the scriptures. He established the testimonials in Israel and a law, which is our heritage that we must live and die by. Y'all the only people with culture that's backed by God. Y'all culture is documented in the scriptures. Right? Read on.
Which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children.
Read on.
That the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children, that they might set their hope in the Most High and not forget the works of God, but keep his commandments.
Read on.
And might not, Salakia, and might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation.
Read on.
A generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with the Most High.
Going back to what I said, this is a spiritual battle, man. Invisible. Right? This is what we're dealing with. The spirit of the Lord is clearly on the earth because the prophets is outside now. You got the word of the Lord is going all over the place. He said, my teachers won't be removed. You see the camps is outside. What y'all gonna do with that information? And the ones that's seasoned, that's been doing this thing all your adult life, are you gonna worry and give out? I love that my elders and them grew me up in this way. You know what I mean? I never understood Allah back then when I was at True Nation. You used to get on me about being more active in the feast, cleaning up. Now that I got my own camp, it makes so much sense now what you was telling me. But I heard you, but I wasn't really listening until it became time. Now it's time to execute what you was teaching me. Brother Allah pull up. He live in Pasadena, coming to True Nation at 5:30 in the morning. Why is he doing that? Because it's pleasing to the Lord. So what y'all gonna do, Israel? I ain't gonna keep talking. Y'all know what time it is. What y'all gonna do? We got an 8-day feast. We're about to have a good time through the Spirit. All praise be to the Most High. How much effort are y'all gonna put in for the Lord? How much effort are y'all gonna put in for the Lord? Summarize everything I just talked about, man, so we can go have a good time. Let's put more effort in decorating for the feast. Let's put more effort in talking about the feast days. Let's put more effort into acknowledging and upholding these customs and having a great time. Let's put more effort. Let's make it more memorable. The brother Sakar and his family, they came to Passover. That was their first feast days. They said they nothing like that. Praise to the Most High. That's the soul that's gonna be. Satan is gonna. It's gonna be hard for them to snipe them. It's gonna be hard for them to snipe them. All right, let's get one more before I end it. Let's get that one in Sirach 30. It's gonna be hard for them, Satan, to snipe them. And I talk to Sakar all the time. He said, he got his family on top of it. Everybody in the house got to memorize the 10 Commandments by heart. Read that.
What you want, Malak?
Verse 3. Sirach 30 and 3.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
He that teaches his son grieves the enemy, because the enemy says, I can't do nothing with that family. Are y'all hearing me? He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy. Esau's like, I can't do nothing with them over there. Them boys solid. I'm scared. What y'all trying to build a military over there? Damn, they in unison. They all dressed alike, walking in unison, bringing out the scripture with power. I can't do nothing with them. I ain't got to worry about they. I'm not getting their daughters in the street, mode. Their son's not gonna be with they rags out and all that. Come on, gang. I ain't got to worry about that with our car son. He that teaches his son right. Let's add that. You teach your son some folly. I grew up in the projects. It's stuff that 8-year-olds, when I was 8 years old, I shouldn't have been subjugated to. My kids won't never know that. Some of the stuff I learned at 8 years old. I think about it in the house. I'm like, how did I know that? At 8, 7 years old. You see what I'm saying? So he that teaches his son, right? Read on.
He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. And before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
Be nothing good report. All you're gonna hear is, damn, your kids are so in order. They're so polite. They're God-fearing. They don't have any malice or contention in their heart. That's all the friends is gonna be saying about them. If you teach your kids right? So let's put more effort into the space. I'll yield right there. All praise be to the Most High. Shalom to the family online. Now is Feast of Dedication Day 4. We're about to go celebrate. Everybody that's online, y'all turn on, have a good time for the Lord, man. Papa, these days is still cracking. Don't shut it down, man. Have a good time. The sunset, have a good time, man. It's the time. The Lord said the feasts are made for laughter and a good time. And wine make it what? Merry, man. Go ahead and have a good time, all right? Shalom, family. Blessings to you all.